sneakers I really regret buying. With that being said, we're gonna start this off and I'm gonna ask y'all, what is some sneakers that you guys regret buying? I gotta say off rip, for me, it gotta be a pair of black Air Force One. But yeah, let's go ahead and see what Elliot Page gotta say. And I'm sure he got some expensive purchase in here, so we're in for a treat. Let's go ahead and see what
really
sneakers
dumb
he
stuff over
buying.
my years of building a sneaker collection. And the ones I'm gonna share with you today just really make me feel like an idiot. So here's my 10 biggest sneaker regrets, starting from bad to the absolute worst. First up, we got the Jordan 4 Military Black. Man, this one is pretty weird because on all accounts, I should like them. I like Jordan.
They don't look too bad to me, y'all. They just look like a basic, very versatile pair of fours. I mean, don't get it wrong. You probably could have went with some other options, but it's like, at this point, it's a nice sneaker. I wonder how much you paid.
I like predominantly white sneakers. There's just something about this pair of shoes that stops me from...
Did he start at number 9? Did I miss a sneaker? There's no way, right?
Actually walking outside the house in them. Now, I have worn these a handful of times. You can see there's dirt on the bottom. There's a bunch of scratches and scuff marks. But that was ages ago. I haven't worn these in a few years. Now, every time I try to wear them, I put an entire outfit together with these things. I've stopped.
By the way, I'm not trying to pause too much, y'all, but do y'all feel like when y'all have a collection of sneakers, if you guys do, and if you don't, that's cool. I feel it. I feel it. But with that being said, if you guys have a collection of sneakers out there, like, do y'all always rotate between the same ones, or do y'all wear like your whole collection? Because I've heard this a lot from people that have a lot of sneakers. I would say I don't have a lot of sneakers, but I have a good amount, and I don't really wear too many of them. I only really wear my go-tos, like my everydays. But yeah, you guys let me know. I feel like a lot of people that have a lot of sneakers, they go out and buy all the sneakers they wanted, and then like they only use like a certain like rotation of sneakers
before I actually leave the house, and I'm like, you know what, something's off here, let me swap them out. Maybe it's because I have the white cement Jordan 4s and I have these, I forget what they're called, white Oreos or something, both of which I prefer to these. For some reason, this pair of shoes is just always my last pick, and I can't quite put my finger on why. I mean, it doesn't have great leather quality, but it's certainly not the worst. But honestly, I just really wish I never bought these things to begin with, and I probably massively overpaid for them when I first bought them. Hey, things only get worse from here, because next, we have the Asics Marvel collaboration. This one's a little bit more weird. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with these shoes. I love everything about the collaboration itself. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. I love the freaking box it comes in. You get like a mini set of drawers where the shoes kind of pull out like this. Like it's so cool. Oh yeah, and one of the coolest things is you get a literal comic book with these shoes.
One thing I love about sneakers so much is the box. I can't lie. I feel like the box is one of the most underrated aspects of getting a sneaker. I feel like it's almost like unboxing like an Apple device. For all my Apple people out there, for y'all Androids, I'm sorry y'all is not a part of this conversation, but I feel like it's like, you know, when you unbox like a fresh new iPhone or something, like a MacBook, it's like so like elegant, if that makes sense. And I just love sneakers that come with a nice like presentable box, because it just makes the experience just that much more better. Man, and I feel like, man, packaging is everything.
This plastic case and everything, like the collaboration is great. But my problem is, I kind of feel like I have Stockholm Syndrome with these sneakers. First of all, I've never actually worn these things. There's just so many other retro style shoes that I wear over these. I've got a bunch of different Asics shoes, Adidas retro shoes, Nike retro shoes, all of which I kind of prefer the look of. Those are a lot more wearable, like the colors of these shoes are pretty wild. But considering all of that, I also don't want to get rid of these things because I just love how cool the collaboration is. I also paid a huge amount for these things because it was just so expensive. So overall, I'm kind of stuck. But honestly, if I didn't buy them in the first place, I wouldn't have to deal with all of this mental gymnastics I'm doing to keep a hold of these things. I love them, but I also hate them at the same time. Next, we got a pair of Jordans. The Jordan 1 Powder Blue. Man, I really liked these things when I wore them that one time. Then after that, I bought a bunch of other very similar looking blue Jordan 1s that I prefer way more than these. I got the UNC toes. Those are the highs, so I prefer those. I got the Obsidian look more than these. I got the UNC toes.
Why do they kind of look like mids to me? Do y'all feel some type of way about mids? I ain't gonna lie, me, like, I don't really mess with mids too
Those are the
much.
highs, so I prefer those. I got the obsidian lows, which I would wear those over
Oh yeah,
these.
the
Like, these
obsidians is
are
definitely a
definitely
dub
not
over
bad,
those.
but like I said, the list really does go on of different blue Jordan ones that I have that look just as good, if not better. And even when I directly compare these to all of the other UNC blue color Jordan ones that I have, like, the blue kind of looks off now. I don't know if I'm a big fan of this at all. It's sad because I really did like this pair of shoes when I first got them. I was like super hyped that I managed to pick these things up. And I also bought them when like Jordan 1s were super expensive. So like now I'm pretty sure you can get these things for like half the price. Generally with
Bro
a
should
lot
do
of
a giveaway
Jordans,
for
the
the channel.
prices
That'd be
are
dope.
super low now. So yeah, there's that. Moving
Giveaway
on.
to one of the subscribers or
Next
something.
up we have the Joe Fresh Goods New Balance 9060s. These are higher on the list because I've kind of been fighting these things for years. I can't exactly remember when these released, but it has to be like over 2 years ago now. When I first bought them, I kind of thought like, it's a little bit of an out there color, but I can pull them off. Now, not through lack of trying, not by any means. Like, I have continuously thrown different outfits together with these things, hoping my style would change over time and I just adapt to these things. But I don't know, maybe I'm just not a pink shoe guy. Maybe it's something about the colors that are on here. But it's just every outfit I put together with this pair of shoes, I'm always just like, it's not really quite it. Now, couple that with the fact that I now have like a bunch of different colorways of the 9060s. I love this shoe. It's a great model, super comfortable, but I would always pick those colorways over this one. What makes me sadder is like how great the quality is on these. Like the
I love me a
materials
pair of
feel
9060s,
so
y'all.
good.
Y'all don't
Like,
know,
I
man.
love this collaborate.
Tap in with the channel, y'all. I'm giving y'all every single day you're getting at least 2 pieces of content. And you probably would put on game with shoes like these right here. And basically it's all the shoes he has mentioned in the video. So if you want daily game, just make sure you hit that subscribe button, notification bell, because we just posting more and more often. And we're going to be real consistent.
It's just not one that I can pull off. And yeah, because of all of that, I've been stuck with these for years. Right, up until this point on the list, a lot of the shoe picks were battles, right? I've been going back and forth. I've been trying to put outfits together, but this next one, it was just an instant regret as soon as I pushed buy. So much of a regret that they're still in the box. Like, not the shoe box, the shipping box. And I bought these last year.
So why buy them in the
never
first place?
Opened up the goddamn box.
At that point, you must have known before you even bought it. You had to have some type of feeling to the point where when you click buy, you knew you didn't want it. But
why don't we just do it together? Oh, well, would you?
What do you think it's going to be? I think it's going to be a pair of J's?
Look at that. Guess I just never really wanted to face this purchase. Gotta go through the 15 layers of frickin' packaging. This is the Fear of God Basketball 1. Now, to make me feel a little bit better, I did buy these for a fraction of the full retail price. So I paid about $100 for them, and they retail, I think, for $250. So that definitely eases my mind a little bit, but still, what am I doing? Why did I buy these? Now look, to be honest, like they are it's a decent pair of shoes, okay? In fact, a lot of the Adidas Fear of God stuff, the shoes are actually pretty good. But they're definitely not amazing. They are just okay. And I guess when I bought these things, I thought, you know, I'm getting such a great steal on them. The price is just absolutely plummeted. People seem to hate these things, so
that's where the mind tricks
you. Really thought I was going to be wearing these things around a ton. You know, I even bought these things for full price, like when they first dropped, and then I managed to like get rid of those and then buy these things cheaper. Like all of the stars aligned for me to just keep rocking this pair of shoes, but clearly that hasn't worked out. I'm not even entirely sure why. It's just one of those shoes, like I'm not super excited about it. It's just kind of middle of the line, and I guess the lesson learned here is just don't buy shoes unless you're really excited about them. Chances are they're just gonna collect dust. Could also be that I'm a little bit of a sucker for sales as well. That could be a little bit of a reason why I regret this. Definitely a major one on the list, and one that I haven't even opened. But next up, we have probably one of the most disappointing shoes in recent memory, the Sleigh Bag.
And one thing I do want to say, like, piggybacking off what he was just saying before, on like how like at first he thought he was really gonna want it, and then he kind of clicked buy, like just thinking he'd get like a good, like it was a good deal. Man, I feel like the mind tricks us so often, because I was just thinking about it the other day, even on like my mentor call, and it was just like even thinking about like when you have to wake up super early in the morning, like your mind really come up with reasons of why you shouldn't and why it is better for you, man. I swear, look, the mind is your worst enemy. It's really crazy.
Man, I cannot tell.
But this is a surprising one. I ain't gonna lie. If I had one of these, I would definitely rock them. They're different though. I'm not gonna lie, they're different. But I could definitely see me trying to put it on with maybe some athletic wear, maybe some casual.
You guys, how excited I was for this
They
pair
gotta be
of
comfortable
shoes.
though.
When we
I
saw all of
imagine.
the leaked images and everything like that, I was just hyped. This was just something different,
Ooh, and the
something
box is
super
fire too.
unique
It's not a
and kind
regular
of supposed
Crocs
to
box.
take Crocs in a different direction where they're really experimental in creating actual sneakers. They've
Sure.
got like the most hyped designer behind them, Soleil Benberry, coming up with like a cool
So this is how he looks like. You know, we always hear these collaboration names, and I feel like we never know who the creator is behind it. At least I didn't. But it's very interesting. Forgot what you call those things in the back of his room. But those seem to be really popular. This is a dope collab. I
design
haven't seen a
like
lot of
this.
collabs
And then
with
I
him
got them in
Crocs.
hand in a colorway that I really wanted as well. So it's not that. They're just weird. They're weird because they kind
So
of
they're
go
just weird.
against what you would expect them to be. Like it looks like a super comfortable, you know, soft pair of shoes that you can kind of slip on, wear all around. They managed to find like the world's heaviest rubber somehow and put it on the
My bad, y'all.
bottom of
That
these
water
things,
went down
so
the
it
wrong
feels
spot.
so insanely heavy, like so unnecessarily heavy. They're just
Oh, really?
uncomfortable. There's not much like
They don't look that heavy
softness
to me.
them. They're like rigid, and it's like, what are we doing here? There is no need for this pair of shoes to be this heavy and this uncomfortable. It's just really unfortunate because I wanted to like this pair of shoes so much, and like I get it, this is a very polarizing design, and I'm like one of the few people that actually like the way that these things look, just completely hate the way that they feel. Like the practicality is just so low on this pair of shoes, and I just wish they added something a little bit softer, something a little bit lighter, so you could really just slip
Understandable.
on and go. Like that's what Crocs are supposed to be, right? So yeah, overall, I should just definitely have not have bought these things. But speaking of disappointing shoes, these next ones are worse. This is the Rick Owens Converse shoe, the
Those look
turbo weapon.
ugly.
Man, I saw so many people wearing these things and making them look so cool, like putting together some really dope outfits. How come they never mentioned how freaking heavy and uncomfortable these are? These things weigh like
Bro, I'm telling you, people would do anything for fashion. And I feel like this is probably one of those like, what's that word for it? It's like this is one of those illegal like items in fashion where it's only like a select few people can pull it off. And if you're not those select people, then you just gotta not buy it. Because there's so many things that I feel like people can pull off that it's just like, if I was to throw on, I know for sure I wouldn't be able to pull it off. But I feel like this
50
gotta go in
pounds.
the
Like,
ones.
how did Converse find rubber this freaking heavy? They're called the turbo weapons for
Gotta
a
be good
reason
quality.
because you could freaking use these things to do some damage. Kind of to the point where like you almost feel like you're wearing ankle weights. Have you ever done that? You know, like walking around with ankle weights on, like your legs swing out, and it just feels really weird. That's exactly what these things feel like. Now, I like the look of them. That's why I bought them in the first place. I was like, damn, I'm gonna pull off some cool outfits, but
They
no.
look too bulky for me,
Every
I'm not gonna
time
lie.
I have tried, I've put together a cool outfit and I think it looks great. And then I take a few steps and I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna make it through the day wearing these things. They're uncomfortable, they're way too heavy, and to make matters worse, I bought these things for full price, which sounds normal
much?
until you realize that today you can get them at a bunch of different discount stores for like half the price. Like these things are sat on sale everywhere. Definitely should not
Did
have
you say
put them.
price? Dude, does that say $200? Maybe that's retail.
Next, we got Yeezys. And I'm not even talking about one specific pair. I'm kind of talking like a lot of them. I'm a big fan of Yeezy sneakers and have been since they first
the whole
originally
Yeezy
started.
line.
And I feel like a lot of people
That's
are going to be with
outrageous.
me on this, but when you saw all of those discounts, you know, like the 50 to 70% off, you bought way too many. I bought them all. I was like, even the crazy ones, like these 450s and these compact ones. It's like I saw the sale percentages and I was like, hell yeah, I'll scoop them up. But it's like, even though all of these were at like a stupid discount, I shouldn't have bought them. Like there's plenty of other Yeezys that I still wear, like the 700s, a lot of the boots that you see in the background. But these, like, even if they were like 80%, I don't know how much more they could have been discounted, but I just shouldn't have bought them. Like realistically, these would be down towards the bottom of the list for like Yeezys that I would wear. And I've got all of the other ones, so what the hell am I gonna do with these ones?
just,
This is only the surface. I mean, you guys have
add-ons.
seen my sneaker room upstairs. But the reality is, nothing beats this video's final boss. This piece of Temu
You really brought up what are they called? The SL2s, 01s? I don't know. Yeezy got a weird name. I don't know. Is the site back up, y'all? By the way, let me know if the site is back up in the comment section. Because I haven't been tapped in with the Yeezy brand in a minute. I remember the site went down around like Super Bowl. Super Bowl time, I think, if I'm not wrong.
As
But
Yeezy Slipper.
let me know if that site's back up.
Yes,
you guys
this
might see
is
some
the
videos.
$20 Yeezy Slipper that somehow
Yep.
found a way to stoop lower than the Yeezy Pods. In fact, the Yeezy Pods kind of feel like marvels of engineering compared to these things. Oh yeah, and hey, if I paid 20 bucks for these things, I probably would have just shrugged it off. And to be honest, I actually did buy them for 20 bucks. They just never showed up, like most people's stuff that you ordered from the Yeezy website. Mine just never turned up, so...
What? Yeezy's not showing up? Kanye takes people's money?
I decided to go on GOAT and pay like 8 times the price for them. I don't want to say the actual number, just 8 times, you do the math. Now, to be fair, I did do a video, but I just don't think I expected them to be this bad. They come in an undescript bag, like exactly how you would buy something from China,
That's
like
crazy.
fake, you know, it would just come in this little bag, like taped up. That's exactly how these come in. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is straight from China. I'm pretty sure Kanye is drop shipping here. Either way, these things are made from some kind of cheap...
They actually don't look that bad to me. Now, would I wear them? Probably not.
That just doesn't feel like the good stuff, you know, like if you buy it from a brand like Adidas or even the Yeezy foam runners, like it just feels a little bit better, even though you would think foam is made equal. It's not. There's not really anything you can say about these to be like they were well thought out in any way. Like it's pretty much the most basic way that you could get a foam to be on a human's foot. That's what this is. Like you don't feel any arch support or ergonomics for your feet. They're not super uncomfortable, but you do feel like a bit of rigidity and like rubbing around the ankle as well. It's like the foam is a little bit harder than it should be. You only have a tiny thin layer of foam underneath your feet to begin with. Oh yeah, and these things get extremely hot and sweaty, which ironically he probably knew about that issue when making these things because he also made the foam runners and those have a bunch of holes, obviously to not be super hot and sweaty. But I guess now he doesn't really care for these things. Either way, yeah, just should not have bought these or any of the sneakers on today's list. So tell me who's with me. Let me know down in the comment section, what sneakers do you regret purchasing?
If you guys don't want to regret what you're buying, I recommend you click this playlist right here, and I'll give you a bunch of other sneakers that I promise you won't regret buying. I'll see you in that one.